Welcome to the AFR Saints channel, where we provide you daily content on your favorite team, the New Orleans Saints. Do us a favor and hit that subscribe button. Be sure to leave your comments below and smash that like button. Who dat?
New Orleans Saints back on the practice field down there in Metairie today. Day number 4 of organized team activities. Dennis Allen, after the day, gave his thoughts on day number 4. How'd they look?
Look good to get everybody back out here again. After Memorial Day, get back out here and go to work. Felt like we practiced like a team that's been off for 4 days. So there's a lot of things that we got to get cleaned up, but we'll have another opportunity to get out here tomorrow, clean some things up, get better. So,
look, to be expected, I would imagine. OTAs. They're something. We'll just say that. And now you're coming off a Memorial Day weekend. They're not going to go out there and look like a well-oiled machine that's going to be ready to win the Super Bowl. There's going to be some things you need corrected. It's also day 4 of it after 4 days off. So there were some things they needed to correct, some things he wants cleaned up. Well, good news is you have tomorrow, you have Thursday, and then you have 4 days next week to wrap it up, and then you're into rookie mini camp. What is interesting is there were some returners today for OTAs, and there were some noticeable absences. Probably the best sign, Demario Davis was back. He was not out there for the first media availability last week. Demario Davis out there again. Look, he's been great for the New Orleans Saints. We know that. It's fantastic to see him back out there. JT Gray, special teams stalwart, special teams ace, JT Gray, also practiced. He was not seen in the media availability last week as well. Other than that, though, you had a lot of absences. You go down any of the lists from the media that were there, whether it's Mike Triplett, Sean Fazan, Kat Terrell, any of the ones we have on the show here. You go down their Twitters, they give you the list of who's aren't there. I mean, you're looking at them being without Tyrann Mathieu today, Paulson Adebo, Roby, Lonnie Johnson was not there. Tre'Quan Smith, defensive tackle Nathan Shepard. Those were new absences, and there were still no Michael Thomas, but there's not going to be, obviously, until training camp. No Alvin Kamara, no Taysom Hill, no Marshawn Lattimore, no Ramchick, no Hurst, no Pete, and Nick Saldiveri, easy for you to say, the rookie the offensive lineman, still not there either. You were really thin in the secondary today. Alontae Taylor and Isaac Yiadom started at outside corner. Multiple Saints media who were there did note that you saw Taylor shift inside a little bit to the slot as well today. But the one real standout everybody noted was Rashid Shaheed. And I'm fired up about this. So there's been so much talk about the Saints receivers, right? Are they good enough at that spot? Are they deep enough? Where does their wide receiver room rank? I think it has a chance to be really, really good. And I kind of think Rashid Shaheed's the key to that. And you might say, huh? Rashid Shaheed, the key? Chris Olave was almost the offensive rookie of the year last year. He had a great go of it. They're getting Michael Thomas back. Rashid Shaheed? Yeah, Rashid Shaheed. I know last week on the show, we talked a little Rashid Shaheed, and we played like his first touch in the Saints uniform. It was the 44-yard jet sweep against the Bengals, and it was awesome. And after that game, man, it was all really right in the game. And after, so who's that guy? Why aren't they giving the ball to 89 anymore? Let's see more Rashid Shaheed, right? And the next game after that, they went on the road to Arizona, and he only had one more touch. He had two touches in his first 2 games where he actually played offense. He played 12 games, the other one special teams. The 2 where he actually played offense, he had 2 touchdowns on 2 touches. Give him the ball more. Dennis Allen was being asked about it. Everyone here, we're talking about it. Why is Rashid Shaheed not touching the ball more? 2 touches, 2 touchdowns. Guy's incredible. So out of the 12 games he played last year, 11 of them, he actually played offense and got touches in. In the first 5, he had 7 touches. In the first 5, 7 touches. Over the last 6 games, when they got him more acclimated into the offense, when they became more comfortable, when he proved that he could handle more of the workload, his touches more than quadrupled. 7 touches in his first 5 games where he actually played offense. He ended up with 32 touches on the year. It quadrupled, more than quadrupled, over the stretch. You look at 95 yards receiving against the Falcons with a touchdown. 4 targets, 3 receptions. Good day at the office. Against the Eagles, 6 targets, 6 receptions, 79 yards, and a long of 58. That's what he brings, right? You're looking to replace Deontay Hardy. Rashid Shaheed brings that big play ability, that explosiveness. And I said, he was the one standout you kept seeing mentioned today out of OTAs. He had a one-handed grab in 7-on-7, and then in 11-on-11, had a touchdown from Derek Carr, got behind the defense, had the big play that we just talked about. I think he's the key in multiple different ways. Let's be honest. You don't know what you're getting from Michael Thomas. You just don't until you see it. And look, it looked pretty good for 2 games last year before he got hurt again. You don't know what you're going to get out of him. Mickey Loomis, Dennis Allen, Derek Carr, all of them, Pete Carmichael, they can all tell you Michael Thomas can come be the guy he was that had well over 100 receptions, that led the NFL in receptions. He can be that guy again. We don't know that until you actually see it. There's no guarantee he's going to stay healthy through the entire season. There's just not. It's the NFL. Injuries happen. So if that's the case, you feel great about having Chris Olave. Can Rashid Shaheed step up and actually be that solid number 2 for the New Orleans Saints? I think it's possible. You saw him gain a bigger role in the offense last year down the stretch. We just told you about it. He's standing out here already in OTAs above the crowd again here in his sophomore, in his quote unquote sophomore season. And then there's the other half of it. What if Michael Thomas is great again? And you have Thomas and Olave as your 1-2 in some order, and Rashid Shaheed can be that number 3, that reliable number 3, and take the top off. That's why I say I think he's the key to the Saints offense and to the Saints the passing offense, and the receivers really taking hold and taking that next step. You don't have, Jarvis Landry coming back. We thought on paper it was real good last year. Ultimately, injuries cost you, but it allowed for Rashid Shaheed to step up down the stretch, and now he looks poised to take on a big role in 2023 for the New Orleans Saints, and I think a very, very key role when you look at wide receivers in the passing game, because you don't know what you're going to get from Michael Thomas. You know Olave is going to be good. Who's that number 3? Or maybe even that number 2, and could it be Rashid Shaheed? You add Juwan Johnson in there in the passing game as a tight end. You like your weapons on the outside if you're the New Orleans Saints, and you like them an awful lot with a veteran quarterback throwing the ball to them. Just something to file away there. Rashid Shaheed stand out at OTAs today for the New Orleans Saints.
Hey, thanks so much for watching. Please leave your comments. I love to interact, and be sure to hit the red subscribe button below.